Hello and welcome to the Whoniverse. In today's video I'm going to be giving a rundown of all the Easter eggs I could find in Series 10 Episode 5, Oxygen. So, let's begin. This episode opens up with the establishing shot of space, as the Doctor's voiceover says, "Space, the final frontier." This is of course a nod to that other long-running sci-fi TV show, Star Trek, specifically the original series and the Next Generation, where every episode would begin with their iconic opening monologue. This is far from the first time that Doctor Who has referenced Star Trek in the modern series. These include Rose nicknaming the Ninth Doctor Mr. Spock in The Doctor Dances, the 10th Doctor making a Vulcan salute in Fear Her, and the Silence being compared to Star Trek aliens in The Impossible Astronaut. When in the TARDIS, Bill can be seen reading a book titled Leonardo. No, she isn't reading about one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci. The Doctor is an old friend of Leo's, as was first established in 1979's City of Death, and reiterated in 1996 Doctor Who the movie. The 8th Doctor tells Grace he had a cold when he drew that, after seeing a Da Vinci sketch. The back cover of the book depicts Da Vinci's most famous work, the Mona Lisa. The painting has been the subject of two stories in the Whoniverse, the aforementioned City of Death, and the Sarah Jane Adventures episode Mona Lisa's Revenge. The TARDIS receives a distress call in this episode, and it turns out that the Doctor loves them, and even considers them his theme tune. The Doctor responding to a distress call feels like one of those tropes of Doctor Who that has been used many times. Actually, however, it is fairly rare. The first instance, for example, occurred 12 years into the show's run in 1975's Planet of Evil. Other instances of it include Horror of Fang Rock, The Armageddon Factor, Planet of the Fire, and The Doctor's Wife. One of the crew members of Chasm Forge is the Blueskinned Daron. Don't call him Darren. The character is the latest of many blue-skinned aliens the Doctor has encountered over the past 10 seasons of the modern series. Back in 2005's The End of the World, for example, the crew of Platform 1, the space station observing the death of the Earth, were blue people from the planet Crespidium. Later examples include Dorian Maldivore, the proprietor of Mos Eisley Cantina like Maldivorium, and occasionally allied to the Doctor. Interestingly, Daron has yellow eyes, unlike Dorian, but identical to the blue people of The End of the World. Now, the Doctor gives Bill his spacesuit in order to help her survive the vacuum of space. He is then able to survive due to the Time Lord physiology. This fact was first established back in 1982's 4 to Doomsday, where in a scientifically ludicrous sequence the Doctor played a spot of cricket in space. Bill isn't the first companion to be jettisoned out of a space station airlock. In 1965's The Daleks' Master Plan, Katerina became the first companion of the Doctor's to die, when the same thing happened to her. Visually, the way Bill's face frosts over as she is exposed to the vacuum resembles a similar scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. In that sequence, Star-Lord gives Gamora his helmet just as the Doctor does for Bill here. The outcome of the Doctor's unprotected jaunt into space is that he goes temporarily, or so he claims, blind. This is the first time it's happened to the Doctor, but several companions have lost the use of their eyes in the past. First, Sarah Jane lost her sight after staring at a flash of light in the 1976 The Brain of Morbius. A similar thing then happened to her successor in the TARDIS, Leela, when she gazed at the explosion of the Rutan ship. In that case, the incident also changed her eye colour, and real-life actress Louise Jameson could no longer wear the brown contact lenses. The Doctor's trusty sonic screwdriver gets destroyed in this episode, because that's obviously never happened before. In case my sarcasm isn't coming across, the sonic has been indeed destroyed many times prior to this. On the first occasion in 1982's The Visitation, the Doctor was unable to replace it and went hands-free in his adventures until here it is again, Doctor Who the movie. In the modern series, the loss of the Sonic has proven to be much less of a problem, as the gadget has kicked the bucket in Smith and Jones, The 11th Hour, and A Christmas Carol, and has been easily replaced each time. Things get unusually political in Oxygen as the Doctor discovers that the real monster is capitalism, as the workers at Chasm Forge space station have been killed off by their bosses. Classic Doctor Who fans might be reminded here of 1977's The Sunmakers, in which the Doctor and Leela discover that the population of Pluto is being exploited by the ruling elite. In both stories, the foe is an unnamed faceless company. It is possible then that the companies could be one and the same. When back at his office at St. Luke's at the end of the episode, the Doctor plays with his yo-yo. This is the latest sign that the 12th Doctor has inherited a love of the simple art of yo-yoing from his 4th incarnation. Tom Baker's Doctor was often seen with a yo-yo in his hand, across 9 separate stories at my count. This is the 3rd time Capaldi's version has played with the toy. He previously used it to test the levels of gravity when he landed on the Moon in 2014's Kill the Moon, just as the 4th Doctor did in 1974's The Ark in Space. What other Easter eggs and references did you spot in Oxygen? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see more content, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.